What if I told you that the reason you are still broke, still struggling, still watching others succeed while you stay stuck, is not because you lack talent, not because you lack intelligence, and not because the world is against you, but simply because your desire has never met a plan? What if the difference between the person living your dream life and you, sitting right where you are, is not luck, not connections, not even hard work alone, but one single missing ingredient that most people never discover? What if your desire, that burning fire inside your chest that keeps you awake at night, is actually the most powerful force in the universe, but right now it is completely blind, walking in darkness, going nowhere, destroying itself, simply because nobody ever handed it a map? What if I told you that wealth does not come to those who want it the most? Wealth comes to those who want it with a plan, with a deadline, with a price they are willing to pay, and with a faith so strong that failure simply refuses to stay. Stay until the very end, because what you are about to hear will change the way you think about money, desire, and your entire future, forever. What if everything you have ever wanted, the financial freedom, the big house, the life of purpose, the security for your family, what if all of it is already waiting for you, not in some distant future, not in another country, not in another person's hands, but locked inside the very desire that already burns within you right now, at this very moment? What if the only thing standing between you and extraordinary wealth is not the economy, not your background, not your education, not the family you were born into, but simply the absence of one critical bridge that must connect your desire to your destination? That bridge has a name. That bridge is called a plan. Let me tell you something that will shake the very foundation of how you think about success and wealth. Desire alone is dangerous, not because it is weak, but because it is so powerful, so consuming, so emotionally overwhelming, that when it has no direction, it destroys the very person who carries it. A man with burning desire and no plan is like a man holding a torch in a room full of gasoline. The fire is real. The energy is real, but without control, without direction, without strategy, it burns everything down instead of lighting the way forward. The world is full of people who desire wealth. Millions of people wake up every single morning with a burning wish in their heart. They want more money. They want financial freedom. They want to escape the prison of living paycheck to paycheck. They want to give their children a better life. They want to walk into a store without checking the price of everything they pick up. They want to travel, to live, to breathe without the suffocating weight of financial stress pressing down on their chest every single hour of every single day. But here is the painful truth that most people will never hear, and even fewer will accept. Wanting is not enough. Wishing is not enough. Hoping is not enough. Praying without action is not enough. And working hard without direction is not enough. The desire, no matter how intense, no matter how real, no matter how deeply you feel it in your bones, desire alone cannot transform itself into wealth. It needs something more. It needs something specific. It needs a plan. Now let me explain what a plan truly is, because most people misunderstand this completely. A plan is not a daydream written on a piece of paper. A plan is not a vague statement like, "I want to be rich someday." A plan is not a vision board covered in pictures of luxury cars and mansions. Those things have their place, but they are not a plan. A real plan is a precise, written, deliberate roadmap that answers 4 critical questions. What exactly do I want? How much of it do I want? By what specific date will I achieve it? And what am I willing to give in return? That last question is the one that separates the dreamers from the achievers. What are you willing to give? Because wealth is not given freely. Wealth is not handed to you because you desire it or because you deserve it emotionally. Wealth is exchanged. It is traded. It demands something from you. Your time, your skill, your service, your creativity, your sacrifice, your sleepless nights, your relentless persistence through every storm that tries to break you. Until you decide with absolute clarity what you are willing to give, your desire will remain exactly where it is, beautiful, painful, and completely powerless. The most successful people who have ever walked this earth did not simply want more than everyone else. They planned more than everyone else. They were specific when everyone else was vague. They were deliberate when everyone else was random. They knew exactly what they wanted, exactly what they were willing to sacrifice, and they wrote it down, read it every single morning when they opened their eyes, and read it every single night before they closed them, burning it so deeply into the subconscious mind that the mind had no choice but to begin finding ways to make it real. This is the secret of the subconscious that so few people ever truly understand. Your conscious mind can have a desire, but your subconscious mind is what actually drives your behavior, your decisions, your instincts, and your results. And the subconscious mind does not respond to wishes. It does not respond to vague dreams. It responds to clear, emotionally charged, repeatedly delivered instructions. When you write your plan down and read it with feeling, with emotion, with absolute conviction every single day, you are literally programming your subconscious mind to go to work on your behalf, finding opportunities you would otherwise miss, generating ideas you would otherwise never think of, attracting circumstances and people into your life that align with your goal. This is not magic. This is not mysticism. This is psychology. This is how the human mind actually functions. The mind moves in the direction of its most dominant thought. Feed it a clear plan charged with burning desire, and it will move toward that plan with incredible force. Feed it nothing but vague wishes and fearful doubts, and it will produce exactly what you fed it, nothing. Now let us talk about faith, because a plan without faith is a blueprint without a builder. You can have the most detailed, most precise plan in the world, but if you do not believe, deeply, unshakably, without apology believe, that your plan will work, then every obstacle you encounter will become a reason to quit, and obstacles will come. Let me be absolutely clear about this. The path from desire to wealth is never smooth. It is never straight. It is never easy. Anyone who tells you otherwise is either lying to you or has never truly attempted anything great. The obstacles are not accidents. They are not punishments. They are tests. They are filters. They exist to separate the people who truly deserve the wealth they desire from the people who merely want it when it is convenient. Every time life knocks you down, every time a plan fails, every time a door slams in your face, that is the universe asking you one simple question. Do you really want this? And your answer is not in your words. Your answer is in whether you get back up, revise your plan, and continue. And this leads to one of the most profound truths about wealth creation. You must be flexible in your methods while remaining absolutely rigid in your goal. Your destination must never change. Your desire must remain as fierce on day 1,000 as it was on day 1. But your plan, the specific steps, the specific methods, the specific approach, must be willing to change, to evolve, to adapt based on what reality is teaching you. The people who fail are those who either change their goals at the first sign of difficulty, or those who refuse to change their methods even when those methods are clearly not working. Wisdom is knowing which one to hold and which one to let go. Let me paint you a picture that I want you to carry with you for the rest of your life. Imagine two men standing at the base of a great mountain. Both of them want to reach the top. Both of them feel that burning desire. Both of them believe that something extraordinary awaits them at the summit. The first man looks up at the mountain, feels the excitement of the desire, and begins climbing. No map, no route, no plan, just raw emotion and enthusiasm. He climbs with incredible energy for a while, but without direction he takes wrong turns, hits dead ends, exhausts himself on paths that lead nowhere, and eventually sits down somewhere on the mountain, tired, confused, defeated, still far from the top, with his desire slowly turning into bitterness. The second man also feels that same burning desire, but before he takes a single step, he studies the mountain. He finds out which routes have been successfully climbed before. He decides exactly which path he will take. He prepares for the specific challenges that path presents. He decides how much time the climb will take and what supplies he will need. He writes it all down. He commits to it with everything he has. And then he climbs. When he hits an obstacle, a rock slide, a storm, an unexpected difficulty, he does not quit. He adjusts his route, applies what he has learned, and continues climbing. And eventually, inevitably, he reaches the top. The desire of both men was equal. The outcome of both men was not. The difference was the plan. This is your life. This is your wealth. This is your future we are talking about. The desire you carry is real. The fire inside you is real. Do not let it burn without direction for another single day. Do not let another year pass where your dreams remain exactly where they were the year before, beautiful and untouched, like a book that has never been opened. Sit down, get serious, get specific. Write down exactly what you want. Put a number on it. Put a date on it. Decide what you are willing to give in return. Create your plan. Not a perfect plan, because a perfect plan never exists, but a real plan, a written plan, a plan you believe in so deeply that your entire identity begins to align with it. Read it every morning. Read it every night. Feel it. See it. Live it in your mind before you live it in the world. Because here is the final truth I want to leave with you. The world does not reward desire. The world does not reward talent. The world does not even reward intelligence alone. The world rewards those who take their desire, wrap it in a plan, fuel it with faith, protect it with persistence, and refuse, absolutely refuse, to stop until what they imagine becomes what they live. Your desire is the seed. Your plan is the soil. Your faith is the water. And your persistence is the sunlight. Put them all together and wealth is not just possible, it is inevitable. Everything we have explored in this speech comes down to one undeniable truth. Desire without a plan is just suffering with a dream attached to it. The burning desire you feel is not a curse. It is a gift. It is the raw material of wealth, of success, of the extraordinary life you were meant to live. But that raw material must be shaped, structured, and directed through a deliberate and written plan. You must know exactly what you want. Decide the price you are willing to pay. Build your plan with faith and precision, and then pursue it with the kind of persistence that makes failure impossible in the long run. The people who changed the world, the people who built empires from nothing, the people who went from poverty to prosperity, they were not superhuman. They were ordinary people who made an extraordinary decision. The decision to turn their desire into a plan, their plan into action, and their action into wealth. You have that same power. You have always had it. The only question that remains is, will you use it? Today is your day. Your desire is your starting point. Now build the plan that gives it wings. Thank you from the deepest part of my heart for giving your time and your attention to this message today. Because your time is your most valuable wealth. And the fact that you invested it in growing your mind and expanding your vision tells me something powerful about who you are and what you are capable of becoming. You are not here by accident. You are here because something inside you knows that a greater life is waiting. Trust that feeling. Honor it with a plan. Pursue it with faith. And know this, the road ahead may be long, it may be difficult, it may test everything you have. But you are more capable than you have ever allowed yourself to believe. Go forward with courage. Go forward with clarity. Go forward with your plan in hand and your desire burning bright, and nothing in this world will be able to stop you. Good luck. Not the luck of chance, but the luck that comes to those who prepare, plan, and persist. That is your luck. Now go claim it.